Hey guys, welcome back to Yoke and Spoke on the Ramblers gravel riding with the Kona Sutra LTD SE. Now we're going to do the test as a road bike. So I've got some Fulcrum Racing 5s and I've got some Gravel Kings SKs 32 mils. Let's check them out. So Gravel Kings, Fulcrums Racing 5s. So they're not a bad wheel set, 1600 grams. The tyres have come out at around 31 mil. Not as wide as I would have liked, but those inner rims are only 17 mil, so that's probably had a lot to do with it. I'm here at Newcastle on the foreshore. There's the port over there, grain silos. We're heading up that way, upstream. We're going to test out these bad boys. Nice day today. We've had some pretty crappy weather over the last weekend. Looking good so far. Okay, see you on the road. Alright guys, just been struggling on a big windy flat out there. Oh, legs aren't feeling it today, that's for sure. But I'm on the Fernley track now, so it's quieter for a start. Now I can just poke along, test out these tyres and the bike as the roadie. Tyres certainly don't look as wide as the other ones I had. Ah, so much better here. Blessed to have this Fernley track. 15 k's each way. No cars, no wind. Doesn't get any better than that. Yeah, so I'm just coming up a little incline, which normally you sit on around 18, 19, which is what I'm on, without too much effort. So the bike travels well in these sort of conditions. Flats, downhill it flies at extra weight. Frame's really comfortable. You can feel it sort of absorbing a bit of vibration. Not that carbon frames don't either, but it's quite a different feel. Carbon and steel and alloy. If you're looking at reducing the stable, then doing a gravel / road bike is the way to go. Just finding a bike that's good at both. I think with this Kona it's definitely great on the dirt. As a gravel bike, packer bike, it's hands down one of the best. There's a roadie. It's great for the short rides, 30-40 k's. I really like it. When you start going a bit longer, you do notice that extra weight, and especially if you've got a lot of hills. Yeah, so it's a bit of a mixed bag as a roadie. It's super comfortable. And these tyres, whilst they're not the most supple, they're still not too bad. They're reasonably fast. So you certainly notice a difference when you swap the wheels over from the gravel wheels. They're probably at least 5 k's an hour faster without too much effort. It's an old rail trail friendly track. Here we go, nice big tunnel here. Amazing. Oh, more of these in New South Wales would be so good. Gooey! The Aussie call, bush call. So the back end of this bike's actually quite stiff. When you get out of the saddle, it does respond. So early parts of a hill, you can power up it until your legs run out of juice. And then it's down into the saddle, fly along. Looks like we've had a bush turkey here. There it is. Yes, making a mess. Hello. It gets up to speed pretty quickly. All the same. Jump out of the saddle, boom. Respond. I mean, I'm used to riding 14, 15 kg bikes anyway, so this seems relatively light. Corners so well, this bike. A long wheelbase just gives it that stability on the corners. But it's a great bike just for chugging along. If you're not in a hurry and you're just happy to poke along in a super comfortable bike without breaking records. I have done some PRs though, all the same. As I said, it's a rocket on the downhills. But I've just lashed out on some carbon gravel wheels, some giant. It's the XR2s. Should get them at the end of the week. Second hand, $750. Then Giant have a really good reputation with their wheels. So I thought, hey, maybe carbon and carbon wheel steel frame is a perfect combo. So review coming on those. And then my existing gravel wheel set I'm going to put as a roadie because they're 22 inner diameter. I think they'll go better with these tyres. Bring a bit more life into them, widen them up a bit. They're DT Swiss G1850s from a Canyon bike, and they're only 150 grams heavier than these, so and I couldn't set these SKs up tubeless on this wheel set. Bloody tried, just couldn't get them. So it'll be good to see how they go on the other wheel set, because I would prefer to run them tubeless. Whereas the Wheelbase actually went on these wheels tubeless no problem. They're not really true tubeless wheel sets, so the DT Swiss are going to be better. Oh, good to get out of the wind. There you go, real roadie passing me. And the other problem of this bike as a roadie is the gearing. 36 front to 11 on the rear, it just runs out a lot. $40 an hour, that's it. 35's close to running out, so that's a big problem. And I am looking at trying to convert it to a 2x. Ultimately, you need it for a multi-purpose bike. The 1x doesn't cut it. Redhead station here. Oh, tailwind. Hallelujah. Been very windy the last few days. I did want to go into the bush today, but we've had too much rain, probably too wet, so thought good day for the road test for this beast. Going uphill again. Nice thick bush. That's what you want. Do love these handlebars. The drops are so short. Such an easy transition with the flare as well. So having these on a road bike I think's really great. So much more stable. When you get out of the saddle, you can really get some oomph. So I think for me, I do more gravel and mountain biking than road riding now. I'll only go out on the road if I have to, but if it's the weather permitting, I'd rather go out the bush or gravel. So if you're in that boat, I think this bike's really good. But if it was the opposite, yeah, and I think you'd want something lighter. You do notice the weight, but it's not huge. If you've got a good set of wheels and tyres, I think that helps a lot. These fulcrums are pretty good. They roll well, lightish. as do the SKs. However, if you're someone that does a lot of long rides, 100k sort of rides, then I think you'll want to get something of the carbon genre, weighing 8 kilos or something. So we shall see how I go over the long term, whether I decide to build up a lighter gravel bike. I did have my eye on the Kona Sutra Tripster alloy frame from the UK. They build up around 9.5 kgs. So got my eye on that as a possible future build, and to test out the alloy bike. Having had carbon, steel, I have actually built up an alloy. I built up the Merida Silex and the Trek Crockett, and yeah, they were stiff. Really noticed the stiffness, but they were pretty fast. The Silex in particular was very stiff in the back end, and you were limited to tyre sizes on those. Not much more than 40mm. Crockett, you could get a bit more in it, had adjustable rear as well. It was a pretty cool bike. Don't really see them around though. Okay guys, well, let's summarise this rig here as a roadie, shall we? Okay, the pros, it's comfortable. Steel absorbs, it's a comfortable ride. It's fast, it's definitely faster than the gravel setup by at least 5 kilometres an hour, sometimes more, but my average is around 26 k's an hour versus 21, 22 on the gravel tyres, so you definitely are faster. Good for the short rides, 30, 40, 50k rides, it's fantastic. The longer they get, the more you get worn out carrying that extra weight around. But look, on the whole, as I said, I don't use the road bike that much, so this is a great compromise for me. It means I've got one less bike, and I'm utilising this bike here and riding it more because I really love it, and the frame fits so well. And so to lose a little bit of speed for comfort, I'm happy with that. And that's what you've got to weigh up. Thanks for being here with me. I know the last one was long, but it was an adventure. If you saw it all, you can see that I kind of couldn't cut out that much, and turned out to be a real adventure, as is every time you get out on the bike. So it's good to capture those moments for you. And don't forget, subscribe, like, comment. That'll be fantastic. Thanks for your viewing here today. See you next time.